hello. See if we can get anybody to join in on this magical live stream. Magical live stream. Hello, hello. Let's go ahead and give it a minute or two for some people to join in. Anybody's there? Look at that. Sky Pilot is #1. That's right. You are #1, Mr. Sky Pilot. How are you doing today? Morning. Where are you? If it's morning, where are you located? Where did that just open? Ah. Do you get a prize? You're in Australia. Ah, that would make sense. It is morning for you. What time is it there? And there's no prize. No prize. I have no prizes to give. What part of Australia are you in, Sky Pilot? Glad you can make it, by the way. Glad you can make it to the stream. But what part of Australia? And what time is it there right now for you? And you're in the future, actually. So it's Thursday morning for you. It's 9:50 in the 9:50. So you're 13 and a half hours ahead of me? Is that right? I know it's Thursday, but you're 13 and a half hours ahead? I'm in Tampa, Florida, USA. Sky Pilot is talking to the past. I'm talking to the future. This is exciting. Ah, time zone jokes. Gotta love them. Time travel. That's right. Yeah, you're 12 and a half, or sorry, 13 and a half hours ahead. Why do you guys have half-hour increments? Oh my God. That would throw me the hell off. So when you have, I'm looking at time zones here for Australia. So are you on the northern half of Central Australia or the southern half of Central Australia? Because the plus 9.5 from Universal Standard or Universal Time Clock, or 10.5 of the Universal Standard Time Clock. Which one is it? Yeah, Mavic 2 event is actually going to be happening on my daughter's birthday. So that's pretty exciting. You're in the southern half. Alright, so why am I seeing it could either be 9.5 hours plus on the Universal Time Clock or 10.5 hours plus on the Universal Time Clock? It's just you and me right now, so we're going to talk about stuff in Australia. No, she is not getting a Mavic 2 for her birthday. No, no, no. That is not what my 12-year-old daughter wants. My almost 12-year-old daughter, I should say. But they should give me one for free because, you know, it's her birthday. I should get one for free. Me. Let's see. I can't find an official image of it. I wonder if anyone else is going to join in. Sky Pilot, you're here. Someone else is also here. I don't even know who else is here. Alright, well, Sky Pilot, you're here. It seems like you're willing to listen to this stuff. I don't know, it's only 8:22 here. So everyone shouldn't be sleeping. At least everybody in my house isn't sleeping. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get to it. So I already have an article pulled up. Sadly, it's from Drone DJ. I don't like his website anymore. Let's go ahead and get it going. As I yawn. Apparently I'm sleepy. I'm not sleeping, so alright. So let's see. It is now scheduled for August 23rd at 10 a.m. I'm assuming since it is in New York, we're looking at that being Eastern Standard Time. Sorry. So 10 a.m. what? That's 11:30 at night for you? It's a hell of a time for you to see that Sky Pilot. I mean, there's really nothing else to talk about it, just the new date for it. It's now going to be on August 23rd, so that'll be cool. We got 3 people watching. Whoever just popped in, go ahead and say hi in the chat. Like to know who's watching. Just got Sky Pilot talking in the chat there. Sky Pilot's lonely. You think it's worth the wait, Sky Pilot, or are you talking about staying up that late is worth it? I'm sorry, I haven't been yawning, and of course I get live and I start yawning. It's just what happens. Your fingers are nearly worn out. Oh, staying up late is worth it? Yeah. Yeah. I'll be at work that day, I think. So when's the 23rd? Look at my trusty Simpsons calendar. 23rd is a Thursday, so yes, I will be at work. You're telling me. I think they should have too. Especially, you know, I guess they just had to get the kinks out. But look at this, just yawning, just more yawning. So, I mean, at this point, everybody already knows what they're announcing. So, like, having the event is kind of stupid in my eyes at this point. You know, everyone already knows exactly what it is because it leaked in the UK Argos catalog. Like, I mean, at this point, there's no point in it. Yeah. So, you know, and then you have the unique drone that just came out. That's another foldable drone. Still have Parrot's foldable drone. Hey, cool. I'm fine with that, Sky Pilot. I appreciate it. You got 4 people watching right now. You got Unique's new foldable drone. You got Parrot's Anafi. You got Autel's Evo. So they're going to hit a market. They're going to be competing with themselves with the Mavic Air. Granted, the Mavic 2 Pro and Zoom are going to be kind of at a different different level, of course. Crap. I see something about a Mavic 2 Enterprise Edition on the actual DJI website. What is the Mavic 2 Enterprise Edition? I haven't even heard about that. Let's see what this is. Got 5 people watching. If you are watching, go ahead and say hey in the chat. I'd love to know who's here. Got 5 people watching. Come on, Skypilot's the only one that's been talking. I'm getting alerts for people playing Fortnite on Twitch. Anybody else like doing that? I like watching Twitch sometimes. I can't stop yawning tonight. I don't know why. I'm not tired. I don't know what the Mavic 2 Enterprise Edition is, but apparently it was leaked on their website. I don't know if that's a legitimate thing though, because they're talking about, like, if you look at it, it's all stuff for the Mavic Air, and then it has this. I don't think that's right. Yeah, it's the Mavic Air's page, so I don't know about that. But I mean, at this point we know we have the Mavic 2 Pro and the Mavic 2 Zoom. I'm curious about the zoom lens. I wouldn't mind doing that. I mean, that starts bringing it more to DSLR and everything, and that means they're trialing it out before they come out with any other Phantom or anything like that. So we'll see. Come on, the chat's real quiet, guys. Come on, let's go. Let's talk. Let's get some talking going. We got 5 people watching, and 1 person has been typing. Just thinking about maybe editing some time-lapse photos and everything on here too, live. Got a lot of kids screaming in the background. Ashley's got one of her friends over with her daughter, and they're playing with my girls right now. So Ashley's putting together wedding invitations. Come on, we're stagnant in the chat. Stagnant in the chat. Let's see if I can get some edits going. Maybe. Maybe not. I'm not sure. What do I got here? Yeah, I already got this ready. Still working on others. I appreciate that, Skypilot. Nobody wants to communicate in the chat. I think we're going to edit some time-lapse photos live on the air here. I am not prepped for that, of course, because why would I be? But that sounds like it might be a cool little idea to do here. Let's maybe pull that up. Yeah, let's open up some Photoshop. Doodle-doo-doo-doo. All right. Photoshop ready to go. I have Premiere Pro ready to go as well. So I'm going to open up both of these guys and have them ready to go. Oh, we're dropping people watching. All right. For the 3 people that are watching, I think that's what I'm gonna do here. We're gonna change it up a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do some editing. So I have some photos. I already went ahead and altered the color, coloration and everything in Lightroom. Did a whole range of photos, about 200 of them. I've been doing time lapses, so let's go ahead and window capture that. So I'm gonna change this. There we go. Let's change it up. Oh, that's a different window capture. What is it? What is this one then? It's window capture 2. Oh, I don't need window capture 2. Yeah, get rid of that. Hey there, Caleb. What's going on? We were just talking about the Mavic 2 event being rescheduled. It is now set for August 23rd, which is my daughter's birthday. So now what we're actually going to do is I've decided to change up my stream a little bit for the day. We're going to do some live time-lapse editing real quick. So I like to, of course, set this up after I've already got the live stream going. Why not, right? Let me just alter this size so that way we can see everybody. Alright, so I have Adobe Photoshop CC 2018 open right now. So what we're going to do to edit this... Oh, nice, you'll be on vacation. So we're gonna create a time lapse real quick. So I've already taken photos. Let's see. Let me go ahead and find these drone photos. Where did I store them? I found them. No? Maybe? Yep. Alright. Alright, so what you're not seeing right now, let me just change this. So I want you guys to see this. So right now, I just have the opening dialogue here. Let's see. Alright. So this is the open dialogue for Photoshop. I don't know how well you guys can see this or not, but so there's a couple of things you got to do a time lapse. So right now I'm in. Took some photos of a storm passing by in the villages, so just north of me. So you want to go ahead and go where your folder is that has the images. Pick the first image of a sequence. Then you'll see here there's an option underneath format that says image sequence. You have to check that and then you hit open. So, and then what you don't see, because it went away, discard. I'm gonna change it back to Photoshop. you don't see is a little dialog window that just popped up for me here. It's asking me what frame rate I want the photos to show up as. So I'm picking 24 frames per second. So then what it does is that it takes the sequence of photos. Alright, Sky Pilot, no worries. Takes the sequence of photos. I don't have the whole Creative Cloud. I have a couple of the programs. I got After Effects, I got Photoshop, I have Lightroom, Media Encoder, and Premiere Pro. So when you open them in a sequence, it takes all of those photos starting from the one that you selected and going all the way down, as long as all of them are numbered the same. And then it basically puts them, if you look, it almost looks like this is the very same thing as what you would see on Premiere Pro. You know, we're going to change this real quick. I don't like how this is doing this here. We're going to do just a screen capture. Display capture. Give me a second, guys. Which one is it? Oh, display 2. Yeah. Alright. So I'm going to change this. Hold on one second, guys, because I want you to see the whole screen. You do After Effects for time lapses. Alright, we're going to transition. That way you can actually see the cursor and everything like that here now, guys. So basically I have them all. It's only 200 photos, so it brings it to right at about 8 seconds of video, sadly. I would love for it to be more. But yeah, basically when you go into it, I hit spacebar to go ahead and play. So that way it does render the photos. Right now it's only doing it, if you notice at the bottom left hand here, it does say it's going at about 4 frames per second. The goal is, of course, 24 frames per second, but it's got to go ahead and render each photo into the mix. See, and yeah, you can do it in Premiere. And see, I'll mix it up a little bit. So what I'm doing right now, I'm doing it in Photoshop. And I'm going to open up Premiere and I'm going to do it, I'm going to export the video from Photoshop and then import it into Premiere. So basically it's just encoding all of the photos, and then there we go. As you can see, it's not stabilized, but you know, you still get the pretty cool effect. So there you go. You can see the storm just rolling in right here. It was kind of like the perfect little thing to do. I could have just flown the drone around, got video like, you know, I normally do, but this is why I haven't posted any drone videos lately, is because I've just been trying to get time lapses. So there's a couple of cool things I noticed whenever I've already done this in the past, is you can actually see people leaving in and out of their garages. So like right here, about, I think right about middle of it, yeah, see, and there goes the garage, and they just open up and leave. Also one over here, they do the same thing. It's pretty cool. Yeah, you see a car just leave and go. You know, this is a place that they do also do golf carts and everything like that. I think it would be really cool to see too. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it there. So, basically that part's done. Photoshop's done. What I do now, what do we do? Export. So I do export, and then there's an option for render video. So go ahead and do a quick render. And I hope it rendered. Ah, no, menu's over here. Alright. So, villages, storm. So, and we're going to render it 1920 by 1080. I did this at 24 frames per second. Um, it almost looks fake because I did go ahead and up the saturation on this and everything too. But we're going to stabilize this in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and render that real quick. So it's exporting now. So Caleb, you've done some time lapses? You don't really do time lapses with the drone, or do you do time lapses with the DSLR? Because that's what I've got to figure out next, is doing a time lapse with the DSLR. I'm going to try doing some more time lapses this weekend. I'm going to be in North Carolina, so I think it'll be really cool to do some up there too. So let me ask Caleb, what are your settings whenever you're doing it on the drone? Like, how often is it taking a photo? Do you have it set at the 5 second limit? You know, have the photos in RAW, doing it at the 5 second limit? Or do you just switch it over to JPEG and do it at 2 second intervals? I'm curious. You do 2 second intervals, so that means you don't have it on RAW at all. Then you have it on just regular JPEG photos, or do you have RAW photos? Because if you're doing it 2 second intervals on RAW, I'd be really curious how you're doing that, because I would love to be able to do that. Because okay, so yeah, so in JPEG, so you are going JPEG. All right, I'm curious. I'm gonna probably play around with it this weekend. I want to try. Yeah, and you know, there's nothing wrong with that, honestly. Um, I'd love to be able to do 2 second RAW photos, but it seems like even the interval is like 3 seconds for it to process the photo on the SD card if it's in RAW. So export's done. So we're gonna go ahead and switch over to Premiere now. So let me open. I already have open Premiere open. I did a new sequence here, or a new project. So let's go ahead and import the video it created. Let me see if I can find the video it created, of course. Yeah, why would it? Yeah, let's see if I can find out where the hell I just put this. There we go, I found it. Alright, so let's just drag it on in. Yeah, so it's a hyperlapse, and I've been playing around with that too. I do have some I've been working on with that. That's actually, I'll put mine, Caleb, I'll put mine into TapFly and then just have it going straight and doing it that way. So alright, so we got media here. So actually we're in the right section. I'm already in effects, so yeah, I use TapFly. So I'm in the effects section right now of Premiere. Little effects tab here. I don't have any sound, so you guys can see this. So once again, we're dealing with a little bit of a wobbly video here, just because there was definitely wind. There's definitely some wind, so it was moving the drone, and it still stayed pretty stable. So what we're gonna do, we're actually gonna go ahead and stabilize it with Caleb. You already know what I'm doing. No fair. I think I just heard my daughter belch. I knew what you meant. I'm not worried about it, Caleb. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and let that go through. Let it analyze in the background. Let it finish up. It's almost done. Stabilizing. Alright. Alright, so we saw it unstabilized. So let's go ahead and just show that again. Maybe. No, okay. I can't remove the effect. Oh well. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and play. So the only thing I noticed with the stabilizer, like it keeps everything down, like down here is all pretty stable. If you notice, the clouds are kind of bouncing up and down, and I honestly don't know how to fix that. But that's it. It's me editing a time lapse. Yeah, but this is it, and this is what I've been working on. This is kind of stuff I've been putting together. I wish I could slow it down while it's in this mode. So what I want to do, because if you do a warp stabilizer on something and everything, you can't make any edits as far as effects. So like right now, I want to do speed and duration. So let's say I want to go ahead and bring it down 50%. Look at that. It stretches it out, but it definitely makes it so it gets unstabilized. So I thought about this. I rendered the video a different way. So let me see if I can find that. Find that again here. I think I already rendered it and stabilized it. So right click and hit nest. Oh, I don't want to nest it. Fine. Alright, so let's see. Will it let me slow it down now? You think it'll let me slow it down? Let's see, it'll 50. Look at that. Thank you very much, Caleb. I appreciate that. So yeah. There we go. Yeah, I made it go a little too slow. That will help me. Wow. See, I like learning things. Oh my god, it gave me a 16-second clip. I love it. I love it. Doubled the length of my video. It saves space. I'm not even worried about the time. That saves space on the computer. Alright, let's change that though. I'm going to change the speed. I'm going to change it to 75%. Hey, but you know what, Caleb? It works. It works doing it that way. There we go. There we go. I like that. So it gives me 11 seconds of video. Wow. I'm absolutely excited about that. I really do appreciate that. So you know what then? We're going to do something. We're going to open up. This is, let's see. I'm so happy you gave me that info. I'm absolutely ecstatic about that. Let's see. Alright. So then I think I've actually stabilized these guys. Yep. So these are actually all of the ones I've done so far. So I have a couple of them here. See, this is my little hyperlapse there. And I got the sunset. I've shown the sunset one before. I do want to get a sunrise. This is a nice sunset. Alright, so let's try that then. I'm going to take your advice and we're going to nest these sequences up. Nest, nest, and nest. Hey, you know what, Caleb? It's only you and one other person watching right now. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and actually slow these down then. Speed. I like the 75%, so we're going to do 75%. Oh, no, I just overlapped on this, so let's move these nested sequences down a little bit. So let's go back. Alright, I'm going to do 75%. And then we're going to do and move this over here. Also going to be, you know, let me see. Can I do both? And change the speed on both of them? 75%. Yes, I can. Alright. Let's go ahead and put them all together. Shall we? Alright, ready? They're all slowed down to 75%. So let's see. I got this on my left screen over here. Honestly, I wanted to get so much more photos when it came to that little hyperlapse. Yeah, that would be awesome, Caleb. I'd watch it. That's all I got. Less than 30 seconds of video, which was better than what I had. Yeah, I wanted to get more on this hyperlapse, but I was actually using my third-party battery that I've had for a year. I had a guy talking to me, and finally I just turned around, brought it back. As I went to land it, as the drone touched the ground, I got a battery error, and I watched the battery do show like this, and then it went and turned itself off and then back on. Thankfully the drone wasn't in the air. I was extremely ecstatic that it wasn't in the air. So, you know. Yeah, oh, and it wasn't even the battery life. It had a full battery, but I think a cell finally errored out. And even it gave me an issue on the whenever I pulled the telemetry report from it and everything. The cell, like that little bit of a flight didn't read anything because it reset itself. So it is what it is. Caleb, I really appreciate that. I appreciate you telling me about the Nest command. I never even thought about that. So I'm actually going to save that project and close out of it. No, I don't want to save that one because that one I was just doing to show you guys. So, do you guys know? Do you, Caleb? Do you normally do all of your time lapse edit in just Premiere Pro, or do you edit the pictures first? Hey, Kelly, glad you can make it in here. Anti-flicker. Anti-flicker. Hold on. Hold on. Let's look at that now. See, I don't. You do it completely in Premiere? Okay. I would honestly take the photos beforehand in Premiere and edit the photos in either Lightroom or Photoshop. You can actually paste your photo edits in the whole sequence. I prefer it the color setup that way. Yeah, I would definitely try it that way. That's my preference. I was able to get, you know, better control over just the photos. So, all right, let's see. You said there's an effect of anti-flicker. So we're back in here. All right. So let's see what we got. So video effect. Now let's see. Anti-flicker. I don't have anti-flicker. Yeah, you can do the lumetri color. Yeah. I don't see anti-flicker. Oh. It helps if I actually type correctly. Nope. Nope. Alright, it's not there. I'm good, Kelly. How are you? We're editing time lapses. What is this? I don't know what Spherize is. Let me get rid of Spherize. Oh, After Effects? Oh. I'll play around with that outside of it. Kelly, you still in here? Did you see the little time lapses here? So I'm going to be putting these together on a video. Hopefully sooner rather than later. So these are going to be going in a video later on down the line. Some time lapses. But it'd be really cool to kind of get some of these put together. I want to get a nice sunrise. I haven't gotten a nice sunrise. I've got a sunset. I've got a storm rolling in. It's probably named something else. Flickr. After Effect. No. Premiere. Let's see. Select it. Okay, hold on. Because it was the first clip that was actually. Select the clip in the timeline. Click the Effects Control tab. Okay, I'm in Effects. Motion controls. It's saying that there's motion controls. Got 3D motion. No, but that's a transition. Yeah, I don't know. Effects Control tab. Ah, motion. Okay, click the triangle. Anti-flicker. Here it is, Caleb. Found it. It's right here. I found it. I should probably open this up so we can see the keyframes. So it's actually in the effects controls. It's actually not an effect, but once you're under the effects tab, so let's see, Anti-flicker. So let's see. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue what I'm doing with that. Because it's still flickering. You can see it flickering still. So I don't have a clue as to what I'm doing there. In fact, I think it's flickering more. You neither, yeah. Yeah. I don't have a clue. Oh well, that was fun to play around with. Alright, let's go ahead and close out of this. I think I've been streaming long enough. I'm almost at 50 minutes here. Indy Kurt, whoa! Yeah, and I know that's exactly what it was. I honestly, for this time lapse, Indy, oh, hold on. I've been looking at 3 screens, all different resolutions, and now my eyes hurt. Oh, sorry. Indy Kurt, thank you for joining in. I'm glad. That's actually a good point. So normally what, let me switch back to here. I didn't have, for this one, now normally I'll set, like for time lapses, I'll set manual settings and everything, but I knew this storm was coming quick. Poor me. Yeah, poor me that I have 3 screens, all at different sizes and resolutions. But I normally will go ahead and set the camera settings manual so that way I have control of it. I don't have to deal with that flickering. This one, it was still set to auto. I know for a fact it was set to auto. And that's why I think I got that flicker effect there, sadly. So, but it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, that is a good point. Like, honestly, if you do any time lapses with the drone, and Caleb, I don't know if you edit your camera settings whenever you're doing it, and everything, you gotta set it to manual, or else you'll deal with, that flicker. And that's because at one point the camera picked up, like you could see it. If I go by it, you can see the aperture changed. The Yep. Yep. Auto will change it. Yeah, manual is it. But it was I knew I didn't have long to be able to get this storm, so I just put it up, and at that point I told it to start, and I was like, you know what? It's already going. Just let it go. Let it roll. So, but yeah. But this is my playing around with time lapses. Indy, did you see the time lapses at all? I'm trying to work on a long time lapse video, and just do a bunch of different time lapses here. I'm gonna go ahead and play through them. Slowed it down to about 75%. Dronologist, how are you doing tonight? Just playing around with time lapses. I did a little bit of a hyperlapse here, and another time lapse. So I haven't posted a video lately because I'm trying to get a couple different hyperlapses and time lapses in. And I've got 3 so far. And I can send the drone up for 20 minutes and get just 200 photos, which gives me normally a 8-second clip. I'm doing good, dronologist. Doing good. Doing good, doing good. So, thankfully, Caleb, who's in the chat here, actually did go ahead and make a suggestion at nesting the clips, and I didn't even cross my mind, and then I could slow them down a little bit. So I slowed it down to about 75%, and I have almost 30 seconds worth of video. I'm using a Phantom 4 Advanced. Same camera as the Pro for less of a cost. Alright, I will keep this going for probably up to another 9 minutes or so here. You know, I thought about that, but honestly, like, with how little that clip is, you should be able to do it with the Mavic Pro Dronologist. It's all actually the same settings. If you want to do one like this, right here, see how I'm moving? It's hyperlapse. If you notice the stabilizer's on this, and it distorts the whole video for a second. Use tap fly and then set it into burst mode. If you're shooting in RAW, it'll only give you an option of a 5-second burst. So every 5 seconds it'll take a photo, and you get about 200 photos with that. You can also change it just over to JPEG only, and it should give you 2-second intervals. You should get more photos then, so maybe a little bit longer of a time lapse. Of course, you're limited on the color, color changes and everything in Photoshop and post and everything. So, I actually ended up for these. I started off in Lightroom, and I edit the colors there. Thanks, Caleb. Have a good one. I take the photos in Lightroom. Oh, you definitely helped, Caleb. And I edit the colors on one of the photos. I apply that color scheme to about 3 or 4 different ones in the sequence of photos. Then I apply it to all of the photos in the sequence. I then export those from Lightroom into JPEGs. I then go into Photoshop and open the sequence of photos in Photoshop, which then lets me render a video, which I then put in Premiere, and here we are. So it's been fun to play around with, but the only problem I have is that you get such a limited amount of video. So definitely check it out, Dronologist. Try doing some time lapses or hyperlapses. I find them really interesting. Ever since I was in North Carolina playing around with the video hyperlapse down the trail. Yeah, it's a lot of steps, but I think it ends up being worth it. Just check that guy out. I slowed these down. They were going at about 24 frames per second, and I think it was too fast. Only gave me 8 seconds of video, so I slowed them down to about 75%. Thank you. So that's actually a sunset. I want to try getting a sunrise, do a couple of different time lapses in the middle, and then end it with the sunset. So I'm going to try getting some time lapses, some hyperlapses, but I'm sadly doing this all on one battery now, because my third-party battery finally died. So, but yeah, I want to at least, if I can get, honestly, if I can get at least a 2-minute video, it'd be great, but it's going to be a bunch of different time lapses. So, I'm going back up to North Carolina tomorrow night. We're going to drive up there through the night, and we'll be there for the weekend. So hopefully this weekend I'll be able to get some more time lapses in. Probably fill up my memory card. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Back to yawning again. Andy Kurt, you still in here? I want to know if you have any time lapses that you've done, or any pointers, tips, anything like that you would want to say if you have done some time lapses. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Caleb definitely made it a point to suggest the nesting so that way I can actually slow down the time lapse a little bit. You got any suggestions? Oh, no worries, dronologist. I appreciate you coming in here. If you're not subscribed to the channel, don't forget, hit the subscribe button. Is it over here? I don't know. My watermark that's over here somewhere. This way. That's the subscribe button. Yeah, I like longer ones too. I'm trying to figure out how to do time lapses with my D3400. I don't know how to do time lapses with it, and I wish there was an auto shot setting. I can just have it do a 5-second interval to do one shot. So that's my next endeavor too, is to play around with the D3400 to do some time lapse with it. So I just haven't had the time to look that up. I'm just trying to get the drone shots in. So yeah. Sorry, I help manage my dad's Facebook page, and I just got an alert for it, and it disappeared. Oh well. You got any tips or tricks at all, Indy? Really? I wonder if my little faux pro would do it. I didn't even think about that. I like that tip. That would have been great to do for the Falcon Heavy launch whenever I went there and recorded that. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, we're gonna save that. Alright, so I'm gonna switch over. Alright, so yeah, we're almost at an hour. I wasn't even expecting to go a full hour tonight. So we just kind of got in the groove. We talked about the Mavic 2 a little bit at the beginning there. The date, once again, just to kind of recap. Yeah, they are short. I agree, Andy. Yeah, just to kind of recap about Mavic 2, the event got moved to August 23rd, and that is my daughter's birthday. So if anybody wants to buy my daughter a Mavic 2, by my daughter, I mean me. You know, the event is August 23rd. From what I had pulled up, it was at 10 a.m. I closed out of that window. So, but yeah, I think we're gonna pretty much end it here. I do appreciate everyone popping in tonight, talking, giving some tips and tricks and everything. Really do appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, definitely once again hit the subscribe button or hit the little watermark. No, this way, over here. Over here, it's to my left, your right. Yep, it will be over. No, down here. Yep, down there. Yep. If you're watching me do this, yep, you're clicking on it. Yes, all right, you're subscribed. Yay! All right, awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it. We are at an hour officially. So I do appreciate everybody watching. I hope you have a good night. Let's transition to the end screen here. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it, everyone. And bye, everyone. Have a good night.